Hello friends, this is Tony Desant, Space Rock of the planet Earth, back with another video today. Today's supposed to be stormy out there. It's supposed to be stormy out there for the next 3 days, but we used to it around here. And usually what we say about that is this: if the weather is bad, wait a little while. If the weather is bad, wait a little while. That's just a saying right down here. So don't pay attention to that. But anyways, I'm back with a video of the Not So Fake News. My new blog, the Not So Fake News. Because now the news are happening in real time. And what you see is what you get. They might change their mind all of a sudden, or they might turn it around. But usually what they say they're going to do, they'll do. So today, we go on the headlines, and the Prime Minister of Canada is saying that Canada is not for sale. Canada is not for sale. There's been an idea thrown around about Canada becoming the 51st state of the United States. The 51st state of the United States. And it's like a lot of people want to become the 51st state of the United States. Not only the idea was thrown out to Canada, but it's been thrown out, for example, to my place of birth, to an island called Puerto Rico. Yeah, we've been thrown out since maybe, I would say 1944, 1945, somewhere after the Second World War. The idea has become vivid. And it's been a long time. But we're still not the 51st state of the United States. There's been a lot of opposition. And actually, sad to say, in my country, there's been a lot of corruption. And basically, what it is one party takes over 4 years, never accomplish anything. The next one takes another 4 years. The next party takes another 4 years. Don't accomplish nothing. And it's been like that since most of my life. And we still haven't seen the 51st state of the United States in Puerto Rico. And of course, Puerto Rico right now is in such a dire straits that it's almost like the United States would have to rescue us instead of being the 51st state. Just rescue us economically. Bad situation. But like I said, sometimes I analyze this and I said, okay, so the corruption in any government always exists. In any government. It doesn't matter if it's Republican, Democrat, whatever, liberal, conservative. There's always corruption in governments. And basically, I've been analyzing this and I said, okay, well, maybe the United States is mimicking the kind of corruption that goes on in that little island, because we have some of the worst criminals that have come through the government in our island of Puerto Rico. And so they're looking at that and they're saying, okay, if they can do it, maybe we could do it too, you know? And in a different way, but they've been doing it over here as well. And of course, the president knows about that, and he went in there to alleviate this corruption deals. And so he's trying to clean it up here in the States and in other parts of the world that want to become a state. Like I said, Puerto Rico, for example. And now Canada. But Canada is not going for it. Canada is saying that their country is not for sale. And the answer to that was never say never. You heard me. The answer to that was never say never. Because they might have to be rescued economically, I believe. So basically, I don't know exactly like the situation in Canada, because it doesn't concern us really. You know, I have a lot of Canadian friends. They're really good friends of mine. But I really haven't paid attention to what's going on over there. It's too freaking cold for me. So, you know, all these people that say, oh, if Trump comes again in office, I'm moving to Canada. All those people that told me that, they still here. They ain't going nowhere. Why? I know why. They don't want to freeze. They don't want to freeze. They don't want to deal with all that weather and stuff. I guess, you know. 11 months of cold weather. It's like down here where I'm at is like 10 months of hot weather and 2 months of slightly cold weather. But we have hurricanes, tornadoes, flooding, thunderstorms, you name it, hail. And we have to be dodging all this weather all the time. But we're used to it. But anyways, enough with that Canada for sale thing. I don't think it's going to happen, to tell you the truth. As far as I know, Canada's been Canada all my life. So I guess it will still remain Canada. And we'll still have a Canadian border where we have to go through. Now, in other news, and not fake news, the Vatican is ready to select a new pope. And of course, I don't want to get religious here, because that's not the purpose of this channel right here. But it's something that's happening, and it's something that we have to cover, because it's not a fake news. It's something that they call the conclave, and they're going to start that tomorrow. And eventually they will select a new pope. It might take a few days. It can even take a few weeks. We don't know. But definitely we'll have a new pope in the Vatican real soon. And that's enough of that. Because like I said, this is not a religious channel. And this channel is for you to know about what's really going on and not deciphering the fake news, because there's no fake news anymore. The not so fake news. That's what I'm here for. And of course, a big thing for you TikTokers. I want to talk about this because there's a lot of people that have been creators, a lot of content creators, people that get on the phone, they sell stuff, they develop businesses in the last years with TikTok. And of course, they said that they were going to ban TikTok, and it got extended another 90 days. Well, it just so happens that not too far from now, on June 19th, they say that TikTok is going to be banned again. And of course, the president said, and I quote, he said he'll extend the deadline if necessary. What does that tell you? That tells you that they talk a lot of crap, but they don't do it. And basically, shutting down all these businesses, shutting down all these content creators that have had they have put a lot of work into their channels, into their content creating, and all the stuff that they've been doing, developing businesses, sometimes businesses that they have developed sell all around the world and participate in the global economy. And I don't think it's fair. I do not think it's fair. I don't think it's fair for people to be shutting down TikTok and not letting the little guy make a few bucks. And sometimes these guys become big and they have big businesses. So my hat goes off to the President of the United States if he extends the deadline on TikTok content creators, which I'm not really, and this is not my purpose, but I know there's a lot of people making money with it, and it wouldn't be fair after all that work to be shutting people down like that. So, what's gonna happen? I really can't tell you, but the stock market has been up and down for people that participate in that. They're kind of scared. For people that have been putting their eggs in just a few baskets, and one of them is the stock market, they can face the inevitable. Okay. Wait. Inevitable. Whatever. You get my point. My tongue just got like a little weird there, you know. But they keep talking about the stock market crashing. Do I see the stock market crashing? They say it's bound to crash. It's been bound to crash because it has like an 80-year cycle. So, like the Big Depression was what, 1929? And we're in 2025. So, 95 years. We got 95 years. So, we're kind of overextended on that crash. If you think about it, we got like 15 years that we've been up and down, but actually the stock market is really up compared to what it used to be. And the Dow has gotten to over 45,000. And I remember when they say, oh, it's never going to get over 30. Oh, it'll never get over 40, let alone 45. Now they're talking about we can have a stock market at 60,000. And I'm one that thinks going to have to come down, but thinks going to keep going up because I'm a positive person. And I think with this administration, the right people doing the right thing, and everybody here doing what they need to do, and getting their butt off the couch and start doing things, we might have a stock market over 60,000 one day. Maybe in the near future. So, all those people that said, oh, it'll never go over 30. Oh, it'll never go over 40. Oh, it'll never go over 45. But it did. And now, all of a sudden it goes to 38 and people get scared. Why are you scared? I mean, it's been over 40 for like a long time. And people that play in that system have made a lot of money. Now, I wouldn't advise for you to have all your money in that. But if you do, you got to have your eyes open. Because all of a sudden, they can have a sell-off and it goes south. If it crashes too much, you might lose all your money. But that's something they might do. Just to reset the system, like they call that a correction. Well, it's a correction of the people that know that's going to happen. And they get out, they cash out. And the people that don't know about the crash, which is the majority of the people, get the short end of the stick. So keep your eyes open, but don't be waiting for it. But just keep paying attention. Because they've been saying this, I think since, 21, 22? And I still haven't seen it go down that 80% that they said that the stock market is going to go down. So, it might be just speculation. And with this one, I want to say hi to everybody. I want to say hi to all the people around the world that follow my music and follow my videos. I know who you are, and I really appreciate it. And then again, I'm here with the not so fake news today, with the message of, is Canada for sale? How much?